Let's pick things up there for tonight's Political Insider. Joining me, Amber Phillips, reporter for The Washington Post. Okay, Amber, one more debate night in the books. Who impressed you the most? Was there anyone who stood out as presidential?
Yeah, I think Senator Marco Rubio from Florida did a great job. The spotlight wasn't always on him, but when it was, he had a calm, clear command of the issues that one might describe as presidential. Another I'd note out is former Florida Governor Jeb Bush. It took him a while to get warmed up, maybe even too long, but by the third hour, he was making jokes about how he smoked pot. He was low-fiving Donald Trump. He seemed relaxed and also poised when he was able to, defend attacks against his brother and his wife.
Yeah, I thought that worked out well. Your operative word is into the third hour. My gosh, it was the longest debate ever, but CNN's basking in the glow. They got good ratings, the best ratings. Now, what about the losers in this one? There were 11 people on stage, but oftentimes we didn't hear from many of them. Who took a hit last night?
Right. Well, with 11 people on stage and so many big personalities, somebody's got to lose out. That's exactly what Jake Tapper basically said to former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee when he chose him as the 11th person to speak. And speaking of Huckabee, I can't think of a single thing. I can't remember a single thing he said other than his Secret Service code name would be Duck Hunter, which I thought was fitting. The same I'd say for Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker. He really needed to have a good debate. He started out very strong with a sort of quip about how we don't need an apprentice like Donald Trump in the White House. And then I can't remember what he said after that, to be honest.
Good point. I don't remember a home run for either one of them.
Right.
Almost from the start, Donald Trump came out with the punches attacking Senator Rand Paul.
First of all, Rand Paul shouldn't even be on this stage. He's number 11. He's got 1% in the polls, and how he got up here, there's far too many people. I never attacked him on his look, and believe me, there's plenty of subject matter right there. That I can tell you.
But as the debate continued, especially when it came to foreign policy, it seemed Trump got a little quiet. What did you make of his performance, Molly? Did he stick to his usual script, light on substance, big on entertainment?
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. So in the days leading up to the debate, Donald Trump laid the expectation that he was going to tone it down a little bit. And for the first few seconds, it seemed like he would. And then he said stuff like that. He just couldn't resist these sort of cheap but clever zingers that we heard. And I think he got swallowed up as the debate became more substantive. His superlatives about how he'd make the best friend ever to Vladimir Putin or whatever just really didn't hit home when you had candidates like Carly Fiorina talking about, Iranian generals and name dropping them and being much more specific. So he did get really quiet toward the middle.
Now let's talk about that last-minute addition to the stage. It was Carly Fiorina. Only 2 weeks before, CNN amended its policy on polling so that Fiorina could face off against Trump, and to many, she didn't disappoint. What else did you make of her performance?
Yeah, she did exactly what she needed to do, which was to prove she belonged on that main debate stage. Not only that, I'd argue she kind of commanded it for most of the night. She did that through a mix of, rhetorical zingers for the base, substantive policy arguments, and also, which I thought was interesting, not really engaging in Donald Trump like I kind of expected her to. An example is when she was asked to respond to Donald Trump's comments last week that nobody should, vote, look at her face, they shouldn't vote for her face. She simply and very calmly said, I think women all over the world heard Donald Trump when he said that. It was a great line.
I think less is best for that moment, too. It's what people remember.
Right.
Let's talk about what those 3 hours at the Reagan Library Museum actually meant. Are we seeing a shift in the polls and any impact on the Republican primary?
Like every debate, it's tough to tell. I would keep an eye on Carly Fiorina. I think if she can keep the momentum up from 2 excellent debate performances, we could see a bump in the polls for her. But with more attention comes more scrutiny. Will a deeper look at her business ties in Silicon Valley, like being the CEO of Hewlett-Packard, presiding over layoffs, withstand the momentum she's gaining now? It's not clear.
Amber, before you go, let's talk about what's next. Rick Terry has suspended his campaign. If you were betting, who do you think is next?
It's tempting to say the lower rung guys like former Pennsylvania Senator Rick Santorum or former New York Governor George Pataki that may have to drop out. But the reality is right now that almost everyone has enough money to keep going.
That's the key.
Yeah, someone I would watch for. I don't think it's dropout level quite yet, but Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker needed to have a great debate performance, he didn't. And I'd watch for a campaign shakeup within his staff.
Yeah, as we see all these second-tier candidates from the earlier debate last night. It was a long evening for anybody watching TV, but we learned a lot. All right, Amber Phillips, reporter for the Washington Post. We'll see you next time. Thanks,
Bye.
Amber.
Bye.